All right, welcome to Munch. Tonight we're going to be talking about characters from Algar. Algar is a this section of the map. Here, let's go to the. So, Algar is this area right here, in the southwestern corner of the map, where you can see it's mostly desert. Now we're bringing in this area now into the campaign as they're coming. The area is coming out in January. So some of your characters may be from there, and some of the adventures in the live game that's happening tomorrow are going to be taking place there tomorrow and on Tuesdays. So if you want your character to be from Algar, here's a few facts about Keshar. Sorry, I keep saying Algar. All of this is about Keshar, which is the town to the southwest. Okay, Keshar. Now, the monarchy of Keshar is not like the other kingdoms. It has an emperor, okay, and he has no heirs. He had a brother who was his best friend, but they fought a civil war. Okay, they fought a civil war about 10 years ago. The king of Indel joined them in that civil war and helped him keep his throne against his brother who was trying to usurp him. He rules over this massive area of Keshar, though the way the government operates is more like city-states. He's the emperor of all of them, but each town has sort of its own style of government and governs themselves as long as they sort of pay homage to the Emperor of Kesh. Now, the Emperor Kesh is a really spiritual kingdom. Okay, they're Kesharian, and the whole country is the religion is of Kesh focuses around. It's like a polytheistic religion. They have many gods for every different thing. Every area has its own gods that the people worship. The gods of the land features around them. It's one of those really kind of highly spiritual, almost like Hindu or like Shinto or something like that, where they have a multitude of gods, and they're all presided over by the high priest of Kesh, who is next to the emperor of Kesh. It's a very high level cleric. So the now about the wastelands in the areas around Kesh, you have two basic features. Here is the desert, which is the yellowish area there, and as it turns to red, you go into a place they call the Blasted Lands. Now, the Blasted Lands used to be totally built over with a massive ancient elven civilization, where the elves from Westwood and Ufirta used to have this sprawling city of gigantic magical architecture across the entire Blasted Lands. But sometime in the past, there was an explosion, a massive, almost like meteor impact, but it came from a malfunction of some of the technology. It created that lake that's right in the middle of the mountains in Keshar when it blasted a huge crater out of the earth. And this broken technology and stuff rained down radiation all across the Blasted Lands, mutating creatures there, and also leaving behind a multitude of ruins and strange magical technology. Now, people have started to learn how to use it and cobble it together. So you start to see things like steam engines that run off of the radiation from arc wells as they, emit magical energy and boil the water, and they can figure out how to work a steam engine. They have more projectile weapons. They have more. It's almost going into sort of a fantasy crystal steampunk. Everything works by magic from these giant crystals, but it's still, they are going machines. There's way more dwarves here than there are anywhere else. There's the only dwarven city on the surface is Ironhold. It's the city there in the mountains that looks like sort of like ruins. It's just the city barely peeks out of the top of the mountains, and it is towers that go down into a huge subterranean city where millions of dwarves live. The town all the way to the far north, or to the far south, is the capital, Kesh. Obviously, everything here is named Kesh. And the building, it's a huge city where they sell tons of trade. They have a huge navy. Kesh is known for its massive naval presence. And also, the northernmost city, where you see that little tower, it is a ruined city where no one goes. It was destroyed in the Blasted Lands, and some say that an evil still lurks there. You may have heard the bard sing about it in the tavern if you were watching a certain day ago in Indel. Anyway, that's the basics of Keshar. So if you want to make a character that's from there, you can keep some of this in your backstory and think about how you might want to do that. And I'll see you guys in the